What's going on, guys? My name is Agent Psycho, and I'm excited to bring you guys another review on the NX standard slash rare variant of the M6A2 family called the Second Amendment. And this is a very interesting assault rifle, just because of the way its nature. Just earlier this summer, for the 4th of July celebrations, Nexon has decided to release a cosmetic variant, or not. I shouldn't say cosmetic because there's a lot more to it than that. Nexon decided to release a festive a variant to the M6A2 family, because they apparently asked on the forums like, which gun do you want to see have another variant, and apparently the the Commodores community voted that the M6 voted to see a variant of the M6A2, and thus Nexon delivered. And yeah, this is it. This was released and in celebration of the 4th of July event that they held. And so yeah, let's get started on the review on the M6A2 SRT, or the Second Amendment. What the hell? So yeah, the Second Amendment. First of all, let's just start by saying that the Second Amendment is the improvements that the Second Amendment enjoys is pretty much comparable to those of the Barron's M460 over the the original M416. It's just that much. So yeah, you can no longer buy the Second Amendment because it was a seasonal item, but you were able to buy it for permanent during the duration that it was available for permanent. So that's why I say that it is an NX standard slash rare, because you were able to get it for permanent easily, but you no longer can. So yeah, it did cost 24,900 NX during the time that it was permanent, so it wasn't that much. It wasn't any different from your NX standard assault rifle in terms of price. But let's get into the statistics, because this is where the Second Amendment really shines. The Second Amendment features a damage rating of 43. Now, let's take a step back and think about where it's coming from. The M6A2 had a 38 damage. Now, if you think about it, the M416 had a 38 damage too. And the Baron CQB, which is, the NX Epic variant, only has a 42. So that means that the Second Amendment has a 5-point increase in damage over the M6A2. Now, that's fucking crazy. No other assault rifle has such a big jump in damage as the Second Amendment does. And if this isn't even like an Epic variant or anything, that's crazy. So, yeah, the Second Amendment already, just in its damage alone, makes the price worth it. It's a lot more powerful. You can definitely tell that the Second Amendment is no joke. It takes down people really quickly. And, what can I say? Damage is really high on this. It's pretty much like the L85A1. And the L85A1, even though it had pretty bad recoil, I knew it for the fact that it had pretty strong damage, and it could take down people really fast if all your shots hit. So considering that the Second Amendment has the same damage rate as an L85A1, and like now the new Galil Ace, that's a freaking high damage. And on top of that, considering that it's not even an Epic variant and it deals more damage than, like, say, the Barons, that's crazy. That's really crazy. So there you go. And hence the damage range over the damage profile over range is also incredibly good as well. I shouldn't even be able to say that, and you guys would know. Portability has been increased from what is it, 62 to 66. It's the same as it is on the M6A2 SRT, and yeah, I believe it's the same as the M460 as well. Don't really know why they would decrease portability on it since the M6A2 SRT. So glad to see that it stayed the same. Rate of fire is also the same as 74. And accuracy has been increased by 1 point from 81 to 82, so it's a little bit more accurate. And the recoil has also stayed the same at 64. However, let's talk about the recoil a little bit. So the recoil has statistically stayed the same. However, I want to say that the recoil has actually, in fact, increased a little bit. If Nexon, or actually, I shouldn't even say if. I know for a fact that the Second Amendment features a higher rate of recoil than the M6A2 or the M6A2 SRT. Here's why. The recoil spread seems to enlarge faster than it does on the M6A2. Maybe Nexon implemented this into the Second Amendment to make it to like kind of balance it out, because it has such a high damage. Because maybe they knew that with such a high damage, if the Second Amendment had the same kind of recoil aspect or the recoil profile as say its original variant, then people would be dying too fast. So that's why I want to say that Nexon gave the Second Amendment a higher recoil in terms of recoil spread. The max spread, I believe, has stayed the same, or if it changed, then maybe it's a little bit bigger, obviously. But I definitely the rate at which the recoil spread increases is definitely higher, or definitely bigger than it is on the original M6A2. So that's why I feel like the Second Amendment, even though statistically speaking it looks pretty fucking boss, doesn't quite live up to what it really brings to the table, like what it says it brings to the table. Like, it's got a high damage and all, but damage doesn't mean for crap if you can't hit your targets in the first place, you know? So, yeah, that's why the Second Amendment, I'm kind of iffy on it. Some days I'm really good with it, other days I just can't hit a damn thing. So, yeah. Is it worth the price though? Like, is it worth like the price? I would say yes, because considering that it is a seasonal variant, and it's considering that just by its damage increase alone, you're gonna have a much better time regardless with the Second Amendment than you would with M6A2. It's just that, can you do this every single game? I don't feel that the Second Amendment's performance is very consistent. But, you know, I can personally kind of overlook that because of the fact that its buffs to its statistics overall have been so good, mainly in terms of its damage. But, I mean, its recoil and the way that it performs just don't make it like the truly overpowered weapon that it might seem like it is. That's why you see people complain about the Second Amendment, like, oh, it's overpowered, like it has a 5 increase in damage. People don't say that because, first of all, not many people have it to begin with. Second of all, its recoil, to me anyway, is not that good. In fact, it's pretty bad. So yeah, there you go. So if you do have this, then consider yourself lucky, because most of Combat Arms doesn't even have this, nor do they even know about it probably. But I mean, it does have its problems, but then again, it's not to say that it's not a good assault rifle. In fact, it is probably one of the best assault rifles out there in the game, just considering that it has a 5-point increase in damage over the original M6A2. But it's up to you. If you have it, then use it if you want. But other than that, it behaves pretty much the same as it does on the pretty much the same as the M6A2, the original variant, because it doesn't have the foregrip that the SRT features. Also, it is reskinned to basically give you like a patriotic kind of feeling, like how the American Eagle has like the like American colors on it. So does the Second Amendment. So I'm also kind of interested why they called this the Second Amendment, because the M6A2 ends with A2. I don't know. That's the only connection I could make. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, guys. The Second Amendment is an extremely good assault rifle, theoretically anyway, and it is a pretty good assault rifle in reality too. So yeah, make sure to pick it up if you see someone running around with it, and yeah, go enjoy it while you can. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. ゆくしてってね。